What's going on, girls and guys? Welcome back to the Gamers Podcast. As always, it is your host, Arachnid Soul, coming to you today with a brand new topic and a brand new guest. Today's topic is female protagonists in games, the lead characters being girls, being women in games, and I'm joined by an awesome girl gamer, an actual girl that I've never interviewed before, and I'm excited. Niris is here. Niris, what is going on?
Hey, Arachnid. Thank you for inviting me to your show. I'm very honored. It is my first time on a podcast, so you also have that honor of having me for the first time.
Yeah, and I'll be gentle.
Thank you.
So let's talk about this. This was a topic that you're passionate about, that you kind of wanted to bring up. A lot of the older video games back in the day, back when people just figured, guys play video games and women don't really play video games. They're just there to kind of walk into the living room sometimes and stand in front of the TV and yell at their husbands or their boyfriends. And at some point, you started seeing female characters, Chun-Li in the old Street Fighter 2 game. They started popping up, depending on how old you are. I'm going to say it both ways. I want to call her Princess Toadstool, but that's going to throw off the older viewers, so I'm going to call her Peach. But, you did have female characters, and then I feel like game developers and publishers figured out, hey, there's an increasing amount of women playing games. And I think it might have been from games like The Sims, where you had the option to create female characters, and just seeing how many women played games like that. And now basically you always have female characters, whether it's Borderlands, whether it's, a game where it's just kind of generic, a Mass Effect or a Fallout where you can create your character. I guess my opening question has to be to you, were you a gamer before the whole, female protagonist revolution?
Oh, most definitely. I started gaming on my dad's Commodore 64.
Wow.
So I was gaming with like command prompts back in the day. Yeah. So yeah, I pretty much saw the revolution of video gaming from its infancy, and I've been along for the ride. So once female leads started popping up in games, I was very happy to see that, since I had been gaming for so long with, being the hero, saving the princess type of thing. And I kind of always wanted to play the hero, the female hero, saving the world type of thing. That's why I kind of liked.
I know what you're saying, because I like heroin myself. Oh,
no, yeah.
Is the mic? Oh,
the mic is on.
We'll edit that out. We'll take that out in post.
Yeah, you might want to do that.
Not only do you have more female protagonists in games now, but I've seen the evolution from them kind of being the fantasy of what males would want to see and stare at for, 30 hours in a game, to really covering the range of women. I mean, you look at the original Tomb Raider where, Lara Croft has these massive tits and she's got the lip injections and the Botox, and she's every cliche of what, John Doe would want to stare at while he's playing a game. And then you fast forward to the most recent Tomb Raider, the revamp of the series where she's younger, and you notice she actually has a kind of a more, for lack of a better term, a more average physique.
She actually has clothes on. She doesn't have hot pants and a V-neck that almost shows her boobs,
Right. I mean, and then you look at, some other games that might have started where you had one female character and you had 15 male characters, and now it's like, oh, there's multiple female characters, there's multiple male characters, you have that option. And one of the things I like to do on this channel is, and I don't really come out and say, this might be the first time I've come out and said it, but I realize that not everyone in the gaming industry is white, and not everyone in the gaming industry is a male. And I like to have people on my channel who, sure, white males, yeah, everybody's welcome, but, black people, Asian people, Latino people, males, females, transgender, gay, straight, bi, whatever. I mean, just everyone, to kind of mirror what my life is. And that might be another topic for another day, but not only have we seen more female characters being the protagonists or the leads of video games. We're seeing every gender. We're seeing, trans people. We're seeing people who aren't necessarily straight. I mean, we really are seeing the evolution of gaming. And I feel like in the process, hopefully, we are also seeing kind of a generation of people who will grow up, who will be more accepting, who've been exposed to some more things. I know I'm going off on like a whole side
A
tangent there,
tangent,
but
but it's a good tangent because I agree with all of that. And we need more diversity in video games. We need to
right,
include everybody.
right. We need more diversity in video games, and we need more diversity in video game developers.
Oh
That's where it
yes,
starts.
yeah.
But let's talk about this for a second, because there are some great games that have had female protagonists in them. Can you name some of your favorites for anybody listening to this?
Well, really, we talked about Lara Croft, which I didn't really enjoy the first few games, but I did enjoy that last one, the revamp. That was one of my top games. When did it come out? 2003, 13, was it? Did it
Yeah,
come out?
yeah, I think so. At first, I didn't want to play it because I'm a big fan of the older Tomb Raider
Ah,
games.
yes.
Like, if the controls were too clunky with the original Tomb Raider, I'd say go play Tomb Raider Anniversary, because it's all of the polish of the newer Tomb Raiders, but it's the same basic game as the original one, but the controls are smooth and the game's awesome.
That's exactly why I kind of shied away from the original titles. I could not get the controls down. It was too clunky. It was, too much of a hassle for me, and I kind of put him away and put him in the back burner because of that.
Yeah, that's how I felt back in the day, too. I mean, there's the same thing with like games like Resident Evil, where 2 minutes on, you're trying to get onto the bus, and there's the zombie following you, and it's 15 buttons to like turn
Oh
and
my
aim.
God. Yeah.
It's like I can't deal with this. I'm gonna go play some Wipeout and just fly around in some cars.
Yeah,
You know
exactly. Uh,
what? We're gonna touch them all today. We touched Commodore. We touched PlayStation 1. We touched Princess Toadstool. We're giving these younger viewers and listeners an education in gaming here.
the history of gaming.
Also, when we talk about strong female leads in video games, we have to talk about Mass Effect. Because Mass Effect was a game where you got to make the choice. Like I said, some games you get to make that choice. A lot of people made the choice for the male and then started hearing from other people that the female voice acting was better and it was just kind of more intriguing. I did the same thing. I played as the male first and went back and played as the female, and they captured all of that dialogue for them both. And how awesome is it that, in my opinion, the Mass Effect trilogy, the greatest video game, I don't even say series, because to me it's all one game, gives you that option. I mean, have you played Mass Effect, hopefully?
I have. I have. I I did enjoy playing as Commander Shepard, being a female. I really loved that option, and it was like you said, the dialogue, the voice acting was on point in that game, and taking the decisions as a female Commander Shepard really, gave me more of an immersion into the game and the story. Because I felt like I was her, like I could be her, taking all
Yeah.
these important world deciding decisions, and trying to hook up with my crew.
Right. I mean, BioWare has been awesome with that the whole time. I mean, when you think about BioWare, not only have they been a company that for a long time has broken kind of the norms in gaming in general, but also the gender roles in games, even things like Baldur's Gate, when you go way back and you see that, you have women doing things in games that they don't do. Then you fast forward to things like Dragon Age, to things like Mass Effect, and the female character can be the lead. And then you get into the plot of things. And I remember EA gave them some pushback in the first game about some of the gay optional storylines. And, BioWare kind of caved to it at first. By the time you get to like game 2 and 3, they're like, you know what? Do you see that money? That stack of money over there, EA? Yeah, that's us. We
Yep.
did that for you. And just, I love that game. They blew everything wide open, gay, straight. They touched on every type of political issue, did it brilliantly, gave you choices, gave you options.
Oh yeah, I
What?
was I was actually very angry at the fact that I messed up maybe the chance of hooking up with Oh, what was her name?
No.
The one that's working for Cerberus.
Oh yeah,
The
Miranda.
Miranda. I messed up. I messed up one of the dialogues we had, and she
Oh.
kind of like shut me down, and I was like, no.
Yeah, and I think I know the one you're talking about, but we won't spoil it.
Oh
I just
yeah,
have
yeah,
to
yeah.
say, I played through all those games so much. I hooked up with everyone.
Everybody.
Oh my god, I have a reputation in the BioWare office
Wow.
because they were tracking that. Now we can talk about the positives of female protagonists, but let's talk about not so much the negatives of having them, but some of the BS that we hear. I don't want to point anybody out. I'm not here to name names of game developers, Ubisoft. So yeah, last year Assassin's Creed Unity comes out. Everyone's excited about it. We're not even going to talk about if the game was good, if it was bad, if it was glitchy, if it had issues, if there were problems. We're not even going into that. I'm just talking about the fact that with so many female gamers, and so many female gamers who have followed the Assassin's Creed series, here comes Unity. It's got multiplayer and everyone's excited about it, and then you find out, actually, we're not going to have any female characters in multiplayer, and the excuse that they gave was that, we don't want to have to go back in there. The animations for how they move and they walk will have to be different, and we're going to have to make different body sculptures. And really, it's like, yeah, okay, you make different body sculptures, you go in there, it takes a couple of hours, you have one or two developers do it. Not that difficult. Even if it took 30 developers, you guys made tens of millions of dollars on that game. And don't tell me about the animations, because I've played Mass Effect, and the male and female Commander Shepard animations are the same whether you're male or femshep, and it works. So, I mean, what were your thoughts when you heard about that? No female characters in multiplayer in AC Unity.
Well, obviously, it was a bit of a slap in the face kind of thing, because I was excited about being able to play as a female assassin, in the world of Assassin's Creed. Very solid series, and them choosing that excuse, that weak excuse, because, like you said, in Mass Effect, same animations, whether you're female or male, it really, drove in the fact that the gaming industry still does not think of us gamers that are female as as a customer that they can,
Right.
go to. They go first to the male, the norm, white male player, and they kind of put everybody else in the back burner, like, oh, maybe we should kind of like include something for this minority.
Yeah, I mean, and that's another topic for another day. Can we get some more games where the lead character is not a white male?
Yeah.
I mean, would it hurt to have some black males as a lead character? Or how about this? This is going to be crazy. I know. How about a positive Latino role model in a AAA game series as the lead of the game? But anyway, other topics for other days, different topics for different days. We could talk about any of the things we brought up for another couple of hours, especially with you, Niris, because, I mean, we've done it off air.
Yeah.
I mean, we've done this off
Yeah.
air, not other time. I don't want
No,
people
no.
getting the wrong idea. But we want to hear from everybody watching this podcast in the comment section. Your comments, your questions, your thoughts. Let us know. Follow me on Twitter at ArachnidSoul, and also Niris's Twitch information is in the description below. You better go check her out, because I know where you assholes live. As always, it has been your host, Arachnid Soul, intellectual, voracious, and passionate about maybe finally getting some equality in video games. And I will catch you girls, guys, and everyone out there in between later.